You can get a whiteboard in the back of your office and track household quotes and results for the day. How many lives are quoted, whatever. You can do that, okay? That's how I started. That's what happened. There's also a company that I co-founded and started and created, which is called Scoreboard Buzz, which is a scoreboarding program to where literally it's just like that baseball scoreboard out in the back of the baseball field. Or if you do have the scripts, then all that's taken care of for you. So there's a lot of different options there for you to do. But just make it compelling, make it fun, make it a game, because it's a hard job. And it gets hard, because you're kind of doing mundane, the same type of things over and over. So make it fun. And with that, what I like to do is I like to create the stick and the carrot principle is what I call it. So once you get the scoreboard and you get it, then there are awards and consequences for not getting the expectations that we set, right? So what I always say is that awards are quarterly or annually, okay? So quarterly or annually, you would get awards. So say, for example, if you're in my agency, I might say, hey, if we win on the scoreboard, this percentage of days for the first quarter, we're going to do this as an office, have a party, do this, go drink and do that, or you'll get this prize or whatever, okay? But the consequences are daily, and this is why this is important. So if you lose on the scoreboard, then the stick comes. And what I do is I make the producers come up with consequences. That's what I call them. So consequences. So just like your kids, if they do something wrong, there's a consequence for it. It's the same here. If we're not on task or expectation for what our expectation for our job is that we're supposed to do, just like a Chick-fil-A, if you don't make the chicken, right, there's consequences for that. If you don't put the pickle on the bun right and put everything in there and do that, if you don't do that consistently at Chick-fil-A, there's a consequence for that. It's the same in our agency. So what I did originally when I started this, consequences were physical, right? Because that's what I had, all guys, and they created the consequences. I don't create it because it's an HR nightmare. I let them create it. And it was stuff like push-ups, running sprints, cleaning the toilet, putting lotion on Kirk's feet. They came up with all that stuff, and I put it in a bucket. And if they lost for the day, we'd shake it up, and then they would pull it out randomly, whatever they get, and that's what they would have to do. And it became fun and funny. We had a good time. But I recommend don't do that kind of stuff. So we decided to really switch to doing things that are more productive and can create more revenue, not necessarily physical things. If you want to do some physical things, if your office is like that and you have that kind of mentality or those type people in there, then cool, do it. It's fun. It's a good time. We had a lot of laughs from it, and it relieved a lot of stress, and we made it fun, but we made it where you didn't want to do it. You didn't want to have to draw a consequence. So what I recommend now, and what I do now, is I do things that could create additional revenue for you. So things like have to get so many quotes before you leave the day over what you normally do. Or you have to set so many life appointments before you leave for the day, or take an hour-and-a-half lunch and go out to local businesses and knock on local businesses and literally walk cold into them, try to get past gatekeepers and acquire opportunities to get a quote. But when you do that, what I make them do it, because I've discovered that staff members like to not be too honest sometimes, is I make them record on their phone that they're actually asking for it and come back with a business card where they went in there trying to do that. And that's part of their consequence. Now, that consequence, does it suck to do if you got to go walk cold into a business and do that, or go knock doors at an apartment complex or whatever? Yeah, it sucks, right? You don't want to do it. But if you do it, you could make more money. So that was kind of the idea behind it, that we don't have to do it if we just win and do the things we're supposed to. And so it's just about creating accountability for that scoreboard and for that expectation. It's not just okay to lose for days, because it's an expectation. It's not a goal. Remember, and it's not okay to lose. So you guys got to stay focused and do what you need to do and win every day. And when you do that, then it starts to create this inertia of everything going the right direction. Everybody's positive, and you start riding this wave of knowing every day you're winning, and the results just start to come. It's one of the craziest things I did. When I first started tracking on a scoreboard, on a whiteboard in the back of my office, I literally wrote 50 more auto than I'd ever written in a single month, just by changing that one thing. So this is a huge thing for you guys. Definitely take the time to do it, okay?